Hello, greetings. All right, so I just came from my other channel and I'm hopping back over here. 4:44 p.m. Shout out to 4:44 Divine Ancestors, Spirit Guides, Angels. Welcome. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna do a quick vibe check, collective energy read. I just came across another. God be confirming stuff. I'm just gonna say this. I came across, what was her name? Lovely T. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Lovely T. She's a vlogger, a celebrity vlogger, culture vlogger. Hey, hey friend. Hey Brianna. I'm gonna put it in my community post, matter of fact, but it's a video. She's talking about, hey Dara. She's talking about, hey Vivid. She's talking about the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial, right? And she put the word Jezebel. She literally put that. She put Jezebel spirit as her title. And somebody needs to know this. God won't stop that. Like I'm telling you, like I can't help the messages that have been coming through lately. Whatever needs to be revealed, it's going to. It might be things within ourselves that we got to check within. Okay. A lot of times we hear the word Jezebel as a description for a woman that wears makeup and um, someone that wears red nails and lipstick. And no, Jezebel spirit is, it's a little more complex than that. Okay. No, you probably need to post that, Dara, and I'm gonna go back and watch. Somebody asked me to read on them like a couple of years ago on my celebrity reading channel, and I had said something about the girl. I'm like, I don't believe that Johnny Depp, I'm not picking that up, that he's been, putting them hands on her, right? Putting the paws. No, I'm not getting that. And someone was like, oh my God, how can you support a man? Like girl, I'm not emotionally attached to the energies. I'm just reading it as it is. If you like it, cool. You don't. I'm reading what I'm getting. Sorry. But anyway, the word Jezebel spirit has been coming up a lot, and I'm okay. I have did a video a couple of days ago, and I've been sitting on it because I'm like, Dara talking about she's fearing that she went too hard in her reading. I feel like I might have been a little too harsh, and I want to keep the peace for a second, but not really. Um, but yeah, spirit was revealing to me. I heard something about karmic, and I heard Jezebel spirit. They're one and the same. It's the same thing, right? Same situation, same energy. Spirit very persuasive and suggestive. This is the word that God gave me as a title for that video that I have yet to post. Avoid the suggestions of the karmics, aka Jezebel spirit. Okay, Jezebel spirit can come in the form of a straight male. It does not have to be only a woman or a homosexual male. It could be a whole straight male that has that energy on them. They have very similar characteristics to narcissists, but they're very persuasive. They're tricksters. They kind of use the intrigue esque to intrigue you and to pull you in and to trap you and to snare you into things. Okay, they're also very manipulative as well. I used to get gaslit sometimes by somebody, being called, oh, you're being, no, you might do it without knowing that you're doing it, but I feel like it's intentional. You're doing something wrong, not by mistake, like, oh, I thought that, what I was doing, I didn't think that I was. No, this is intentful energy. The intent is to frame, to get you caught up, to frame you, defame you, to discredit you, to slander you low key, but it comes in the form of a suggestion that might seem innocent or might seem, I keep hearing the word YOLO, you only live once. In that video that I have yet to post, I was talking about a friendship in the past that I had where she would always like suggest things, and she would do it in a way that would be gaslighting, like, oh, you so lame, oh, you're a square, oh, you're Britney Spears. Like, she would call me Britney Spears, like, as a way to demean me. you're such a square, blah, blah, blah. You don't do, oh, you don't have no ninjas in your phone. And she would do all these things to do this. And the thing is, you gotta peep game with this. And Spirit is saying you gotta be careful, because a lot of people are close to breakthroughs. A lot of people are close to, for love situations, you're close to meeting the one, and you could come across the wrong situation, the wrong person, and suggestions. Okay, the suggestion of Jezebel, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you've quit smoking, right? Whether that's cigarettes or you're no longer smoking the marijuana for your own purpose and your own reasons. This is your righteous path. Your righteous path may not resonate with the next man or woman, but this is your path, right? So you made a declaration, I'm no longer smoking cigarettes. I'm not going to the store buying packs of cigarettes, blah, blah, blah. This is what I'm doing, right? You have a person in your life, let's say it's your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or maybe a friend or a sister, brother, whoever, cousin, mom, dad, whoever, right? A coworker that you hang out with on your lunch break. And they know that you are not smoking anymore, right? But then they go, oh, just have one cigarette with me. I need somebody to smoke with me, right? And in your mind, you're like, oh, it's just one cigarette. But another part of you is like, no, I know this is not what I should be doing. I'm not going to do it, right? Be careful of that. And I say be careful of it. It's a difference between somebody that doesn't know you. Like, let's say this coworker that you smoke with, or you're used to having smoke breaks with, doesn't realize you stopped smoking. They don't know that. But if the person knows that you've been sober, let's say for 2 months, you've stopped smoking cigarettes, and this person knows that, but they're trying to get you in on it, you got to think about it this way. It might not seem like a big deal to you, like, oh, they just offered me a cigarette. But if you know in your moral or your path that you made a decision not to smoke anymore, and this person is suggesting that you do, you got to question what that person's intentions are. Even more so with the whole thing of sexuality as well. Let's say you've met somebody that you really like, and this person knows that you're saving it for marriage or whatever your declaration is. Whatever. And this guy is like, oh, but I'm in love with you. It's like, the little teenage boy that tries to get you. Okay. They try to pull you in. And you're exchanging your energy with someone. That's very dangerous. It's not just sex. We, as spiritual beings, we know that it's not just sex, but you're invading my spiritual, it's like how do I explain it? It's like your spiritual ashe. You're trying to get me to forfeit a contract or a promise that I've made with myself or spirit or my spiritual team, what I'm supposed to be doing, even further, what God told me to do. You're trying to get me to, that is a red flag. That's a red flag. And we can do this to ourselves. You can sit here and be like, oh, I'm bored at work, I need a cigarette, but you know deep down in yourself you stopped smoking. So you got to ask yourself, where is this coming from? It's not coming from the divine. It's not coming from your higher self that's suggesting that you smoke that cigarette. Oh, I lost some people. It's okay. Whoever needs to hear it, you're going to hear it. And if you're guilty of that, check yourself. Or check the people you're around. Yep, you're trying to penetrate, excuse me. What did you say, Dar? You're trying to penetrate my covenant, to get me to sell my soul, to sabotage. Exactly, sis. You took the words. I couldn't formulate what I'm getting, but that's the perfect wording. That is Jezebel for you. Karmic energy, trying to get you to get caught up in a karmic energy. It's persuasive and it's suggestive, and you gotta be careful. Even more so, let's say this, the smoke break scenario. Your coworker that you smoke cigarettes with, they're used to you guys smoking together, and you stop smoking. Who's to say that this person knows that smoking cigarettes, everybody knows, and I'm not shaming anybody that does smoke cigarettes, because I had a family member that it took her a long time to stop smoking, so I get it. But Let's say, for instance, that person, they know, we all know the cigarettes, what it has the potential to do to our bodies. But let's say this person also wants to stop smoking, but they cannot. They're fighting that battle. So because they feel that conviction or that whatever in themselves, they're looking at you like, oh, Hood is here. She thinks she is over here. Oh, here, take that. Spirit is like, take the cigarette so they can get you. No, no. And looking back at certain situations that I was in, it makes sense. And I'll use this example of the girl, the so-called friend that I was friends with. I've known her for years. I talk about her often on my channel sometimes when I'm sharing a testimony. But this this specific friend or so-called friend, she would do things. She lived a very dangerous lifestyle, and she was very promiscuous. Okay, she had no issue doing that. Whatever. She would shame me a lot because she always had men rolling in and out of her life, right? So what she would do to me is make me feel like something was inadequate within me. She would go, "Oh, you don't have no inches in your phone. Oh, you so lame," right? She would do that in one breath. And then in the other breath, it was, "Oh, I wish I had a man," or "I wish I had a family. I wish I had a kid." And at the time, I had a baby. I didn't think that that was anything cute because I was still young when I had my daughter at the time. So I didn't think that that was something cute to aspire. And the relationship I was in was not a cute family relationship. So she was coveting what she thought was something. So low key, she would throw jabs at me and make me feel some type of way about myself. You got to question those things. A lot of times people operate out of their own condemn or their own convictions within themselves, and they try to condemn you as a result. You have to be careful of that. And at this time, it's a little more strategic than that. You know, these things, you cannot forfeit whatever you've been doing or whatever path you've been on, whether it's your spiritual journey, your path, whether it's a health, whether it's your, you know, your sacred sexuality, whether it's you trying to get and make it out of school or graduate, or whatever it is that you've been focusing on. It doesn't have to resonate with everybody else, but it's your path. At the end of the day, they don't have to agree to it. It's your path. You can't you cannot forfeit that. You cannot, and it's dangerous. I'm telling you, like, in the past when that would happen to me, I would overlook that type of stuff because I was just thinking, "Oh, this is just, you know, agree to disagree." But when it's those types of things where they know the type of person that you are, or they know what you're doing, they know whatever your stance is on things, and they're trying to get you to that's not someone that you need to have around you. That's not someone you can trust. And let's put yourself in the shoes of a teenage girl that is a virgin, and you got some dude breathing down your neck talking about he love you and he wants to be with you. Why not have sex with him? And you know that's not what you're supposed to do. And you go ahead and do it. And I'm sharing this because this is how I felt as a young girl when I did that. I felt like shit because I knew I just did something I was not supposed to do. It wasn't my time, and I didn't really want to do it, and I did it anyway, and I felt like shit. And I go back and I think about it from time to time, and I do shame myself. God doesn't blame me for that because that's in my past. But at that time, I felt horrible. Like, I shouldn't have done that. And why did I do that with him? I fell for the lie. And you know, he ended up being one of the most toxic men I ever had in my life. But that's you have to stay true to your path. Okay. Nobody can tell you what's right or wrong in essence, but we don't go against each other's spiritual contracts that we have with our spiritual team or with ourselves. It's not for you to decide, and who are you to try to persuade, and like that, you got to be careful of that. I just felt like that needed to come out. It wasn't as harsh as the other one a little bit, but Because the thing is that, and this is the message I've been getting, is this person just wants to frame you. They want to have something on you. They want to taint you. That's it. They want to taint you and say, oh yeah, I got that. Or, oh yeah, she did this. Oh, guess what they did? Guess what he did? Guess what happened, right? Even though they were the one that suggested it. You know, you have a mind of your own. But you're running around telling everybody, oh, guess what? I slept with him, or oh, I slept with her. Guess what? But you did some shady shit to get them to do it. To get them caught up. And they're very aggressive too. They're very aggressive. They're very persuasive. They beat it down. It's very it's like trying to get you to conform and to frame somebody, because that's the word that came up. In order to frame someone, is to set them up. Frame someone is to set someone up. The act of framing someone, that is either someone that is providing a false evidence or false testimony in order to falsely prove someone guilty of a crime, while incriminating those who are innocent, might be done out of sheer malice. Framing is primarily used as a distraction. That is, by definition, on Wikipedia, framing to manipulate a situation so that an innocent person appears to have committed a crime, so that the actual criminal can avoid blame or detection. Guilty by association. See, you're just like me. Yeah, so it's just, be careful of that. It's a point. Yeah. I don't care. I know that some of the messages that I've been picking up lately is gonna trigger people, and but I have to share what I'm being guided to share and tell whoever needs to hear it. Because if you're close to a breakthrough, you're close to a blessing in your life, whether it's you're about to level up in your career, you're about to graduate high school, you're about to meet the love of your life, and then here comes this Jezebel spirit, here comes this karmic person, this karmic energy, or they've always been around you. Maybe the spirit is hopping on people, who knows, right? And they're working through these people, or working through the devices in your own mind, trying to get you to do something that you know you ain't supposed to be doing, right? I'm just giving you the warning and the heads up so that you don't do it, and that you peep it when you hear it or when you see it. No shade, it is what it is. Somebody needs to hear it. And if my testimony is going to help somebody else, I'm going to share it. If anybody feels some type of way, oh well, I mean, it is what it is. People trying to like mess with your spiritual essence and your energy, trying to taint it, get you caught up in something, so it can be like, oh, look what you did. Oh yeah, see, you're just like me, or oh, you're just like everybody else. You're not that special. Oh, you think you good. Oh, let me get you dirty. No. F you and sit down. Tell that spirit to shut up. Because it's like, wait a minute, what the, like, what? It's like, you know good and well. All right. I'm so sick of this magician. I'm telling you, this magician comes up in my readings all the time, and I'm so sick of seeing it. Yeah, Six of Wands. This Six of Wands energy came out in my my reading that I did on my Divine Feminine channel. Yep. It still work out here, but as long as you peep it, see, that's the good thing about the divine. The divine gives us warnings. We can't We can't say that we've never been warned or got a heads up of the snares and the trap that come. That's how good the divine is. We're not just getting thrown out to the wolves because we know what's up. Free will, if you decide within your free will, hey, I know God said don't do something and I do it anyway, well, okay. You might get multiple warnings. That happens a lot. Sometimes these messages, um, sometimes my messages might be for people that I know personally, and I'll be like, damn, like, why does this keep coming out? I don't want to deliver this message. Somebody's not listening. It might sound one way coming out of someone's mouth, like a mom or dad, like, I don't want to hear what you're talking about. But if you hear it from another source, or it's coming out of the divine or out of a channeling, it might be a little more heavy hitting for somebody. Be like, okay, yeah, let me stop. Right? So hopefully by the grace of the divine that somebody takes heed to this, because the Six of Wands is here. The sun is here. The world is here. The Ten of Cups is here. The Ace of Wands is here. But you got this little magician lurking in the back like he always does. These persuasive energies in here with their little trickster asses. You got him sitting up in here, or her, whoever, sitting up in here, plotting and scheming. So this Six of Wands energy is a victory. That's what's crowning the whole energy, is you are at a place where you did your work. And doing your work means that you've stuck to the path. You have not wavered. You have not given up on your path. You have not forfeit your path. Distractions will come all day, but you leap over them, You jump over them. Mario Kart, you don't get stuck at level 2, level 1 and keep going back. Sometimes you're going to meet different enemies on different levels, maybe trying to keep you stuck or trying to trick you in different ways, but about the same thing. Let's say someone's path, it's love and relationships, and you keep meeting these same counterfeits, but you're not falling for the tricks and the snares of them. You keep leaping over them, keep jumping over them, right? So the Six of Cups is here. So what's influencing this energy? Someone you trust. Someone that is in your past, or someone that wants to, quote unquote, reconcile with you. Careful of past people entering your life, whether it's an ex, whether it's an old friend, old colleague, somebody you used to go to school with, church, whatever, popping back up in your life. For some of you, that's not everybody's case, but it is a past energy, or someone you're very familiar with, or someone that feels familiar to you. You may not even know this person. It could be a complete stranger, but they feel familiar to you. Watch them. Point blank, point period. Watch them. And this isn't to scare anybody. It's actually to give you strategy and give you a heads up, so you're not just walking out here blindly. Watch them. Okay? Especially people that want to be extra hands-on and supportive and helpful immediately. Watch them. Just watch them. You don't got to look for red flags, but just peep things. When you're in the present moment and you're not in la la land, and you're taking them as, okay, they're apologizing, or, I haven't talked to them in a while. Let me see what's up with them. They'll reveal themselves. They will, but you got to pay attention. Watch them. Because they'll say they've changed, but they always revert back to their same ways. Trust me, they always do. They always do. They'll apologize. They'll say whatever they got to say. They'll be nice for a little while. Then they'll revert back to the same old tricks again. Whether that's a romantic partner, whether that's a toxic family member, a toxic friend, or someone, whatever. Like I said, someone from school. Hey, I'm just checking in on you. Oh, I seen you on Facebook. Hey, oh, let's hang out, right? You go hang out and you see some things. Pay attention to that. It's not to judge people. Don't go out looking for bad things in people, but just pay attention. Pay attention. Because this is, if it's not already occurred in your life, you might be getting the revelation in a few weeks about this situation, or they're going to enter within the next few weeks this type of energy, or the test, the person may already be present in your life, but the test may come in a few weeks. Hey, they could be coming in a few weeks, or they already are present, like I said, and the test is coming in a few weeks, or they're being revealed to you within the coming weeks. I feel like this is somebody you are familiar with. I do. The Ten of Cups is two people exchanging. They're talking. They're outside enjoying themselves. It's two women, actually. So for some of you, this could be someone of the same sex as you, whether you're male or female. You know, it could be a male that you're familiar with as a male, or a woman that you are familiar with as a woman, or it could be something romantic. Either way it goes, this is someone that you are familiar with. Mind you, in the Ten of Cups, there's that rainbow. That is the promise that is there. This person, I feel like, either, you got to put it like this. I don't want to say everybody is operating from a place of evil intent knowingly. Some people operate in these intentions because they're in lower vibrational states. And if, let's say, they're bored, or misery loves company, or they are a hater, whatever, they're receptible to operate in these energies, or they've already been in these energies and they're coming to you because you don't know, you don't see this in them. You might have gotten red flags, but you're not paying attention to them. And this person comes in your environment trying to be cool with you, or trying to take you out on a date, you know, trying to get you, you know, it's because they know something's coming. I bet you like 100% of you, whoever, however many of you on here, probably almost every one of you can raise your hand and say you bumped into somebody new, you're enjoying that connection, and here comes an ex, right? An ex that didn't want you, didn't treat you right. Here he or she comes out the woodwork. Hey, what's up, big head type text messages, right? Trying to sniff around and see what's good with you when they didn't want nothing to do with you in the past, right? When they had you, they didn't know what to do with you. Then enters this person. Same thing with these people. They can sense when your energy is different or something's about to happen. They're going to come around. Leave them alone. Because the root of the situation is, I'm looking at this Three of Pentacles. This Three of Pentacles ain't got nobody else in it with them. The only person in this Three of Pentacles is one person. So you've been doing this. Nobody else has been helping you with your work like you have. Yeah, you might have people that have helped you or supported you on the journey, but no one knows the journey like you and God. And it'd be the ones that never really added any value to their life unless it benefited them, that want to come in as soon as you're about to get something, a little bit of something. You know, let's say, what's that movie? It's a movie, I can't remember what it was called, but the guy, he, I guess he became a famous NBA player, and everybody, his family, like, came to this cookout because he hasn't been back in the hood since he moved, I guess, to LA or something, wherever he was living, where he was playing ball. And he came for a family cookout at his parents' house. And all the family was over there trying to just get in where they fit in. That's what happens. But on an energetic level, the Ace of Wands, it's like you guys don't even see how close this is. The cookout. Thank you, sis. Yes, it's called the cookout. And I think Megan Good was the girlfriend. And in that movie, she was playing a karmic heifer in that movie. Yeah. She only wanted him for the perks and all of that. And you gotta be careful of people. Yeah, one of them BET, just like Soul Plane, be coming on every 5 minutes. They're used to back in the day, like every 5 minutes, every Monday. It seemed like a Friday night Soul Plane would come on. But yeah, the cookout was one of them. So you have support, even if it feels like, you don't have anybody to assist you or help you, or you know what it's like to have to do things on your own, or you always felt ostracized in some sense. And it's funny, okay, so the Six of Cups is right above the Five of Pentacles. It's funny that for some of you, the very people that have ostracized you or try to like outcast you are the ones that I feel like are going to be trying to, they're the agents, okay? Someone might use kids, something with kids or family, or the fact childhood. Something with childhood or children. They might use that. I don't know. Maybe you know this person since childhood. Or something about knowing that you want a family or you want kids, or they're trying to get in good with your kids. Something weird like that. I do feel like you're hopeful that all of this, it's like fire and wire, something that does not mix. It's like one of the other. It's like they both hold power, their own power. Water holds its own power, fire holds its own power. But in some way, they kind of cancel each other out in a sense, like rock, paper, scissors, right? So for some of you, it is some type of friction that you feel, and you want harmony and you want peace. But this is not something that you can rectify on your own. You can't control how other people are. You can only control yourself, your choices and decisions, and how you respond to people and situations through boundaries, through your choices and actions. You can't control others. And this is the thing too, like when looking back at certain situations where I knew people were trying to like trip me up or didn't have my best intentions and would say and do things that they know weren't of my highest good, just for the sake to make me feel bad or to feel less than or to question myself, which is a wicked thing to do, especially from people that claim to love you. It hurts. It hurts. And you can also gaslight yourself and be like, oh, I was so stupid. Why didn't I see it? Oh, I must be weak because I allowed it to happen. Cut yourself some slack. But this is not your battle. It's not. Let the divine handle and do whatever they're going to do. It's not for you. Because when you get stuck in what someone did to you, when you're stuck in the past and you're constantly reliving it, you're not moving forward. You're not making yourself available. You're not making yourself present to move forward because you're stuck in the past. What happened has happened. And if it be that this situation has not yet happened, again, don't get caught up in this place of fear or paranoia. Just be alert and aware. Move as you're guided to move. Don't play with the energy. Don't go toe to toe with it either. That's another thing, is you don't want to stoop to that level, because that's what they want anyway. That's the whole point of persuading and suggesting things for you that they know are not for your highest good, because it puts you on a level and playing field with them to even furthermore play with you, play with your mind, play with your heart, play with your body, play with your time, your money, whatever. No. No. So the Sun card is here to tell you that what lies ahead for you is not only renewal, not only new beginnings, revitalization in your life, more passion, more creativity, more inspiration, more of a spark in life, but also is something that is divinely in alignment. There's something with your sun sign that there's a placement with your sun sign or your first house or something the spirit is speaking of. Everybody's natal chart is different. I mean, there's some similarities probably, I'm sure, but there's something unique that you have in your chart. The spirit is speaking of. The sun is in between Leo and Cancer. So for some of you guys, could be a Leo Cancer cusp or something with that time or that season. But spirit is saying that not only is this new beginnings, revitalizations and all of that, but it's illuminating some things in your environment. It's illuminating things. Some of you guys could not see your promises because you had the wrong things and people and situations, or you were in the wrong environments. When you place yourself in a different energy or different scenery, or you remove um, things and people out of your life, or you remove yourself out of things and out of people's lives, you're able to see things clearer. Sometimes you got to do that for a time, or you got to do it permanently, because anybody that's doing the same thing day in, day out, what did Einstein say? It's insanity. So when you switch up something, a lot of times you're able to see things a little more clear in your environment, within yourself, most importantly. The World card ends the reading. Your advice is, if you're going to look at the past, look at how far you've actually come from where you are right now today. And doesn't always, I would say, don't start off with looking at the material things, because if we don't check off all these boxes of, oh, I haven't did this yet, oh, I don't have this yet, I don't live in a mansion, if you start with that, then it's like, what's the purpose? But if you go within yourself and you see how much you've actually grown, the wisdom that you've acquired, the person that you've become within yourself, if you're pleased with that, that's all that matters. That is the real victory. What you've left and what you overcome, that's the victory. You're very close to ending a cycle, and that is one thing that is coming up again. A couple of months ago or so, I kept picking up the Wheel of Fortune in readings, and it's like, careful of things and people coming in trying to get you back on another karmic loop and cycle, to perpetrate a cycle that you've already outgrown. That's the trick of the enemy, to keep you stuck in a cycle that no longer exists anymore, by trying to create it and make it exist again. And it gets worse. Until we get the lesson, until we peep game, we see it for what it is. Because there's a reason why Divine said don't drink or smoke anymore. It could have been distracting you from doing better things in your life. It might have been a coping mechanism from keeping you from delivering yourself or healing yourself from whatever is keeping you stuck in life, or depression. It keeps you in the bondage of depression. There's a reason why Divine said stop smoking, because it obviously it affects the body in its own way, or it could be that it's a repetitious cycle of something that you constantly do as a means to cope with something in your life. Once you break an addiction or you break a habit, you're freeing yourself of that, and it puts you in a position or place. Like, anytime you break an addiction, you've mastered something. It's not easy. Addictions can come in the form of relationships. I'm going to speak for myself. As a testimony, I'm going to say this. I was the type of person that, I wouldn't say I always had to be in a relationship, because I haven't been in too many relationships. I can only really say I only been in one, actually, if you want to even count that as a relationship. And I might have dated somebody for a time, but we jumped the gun too quick. But love, that obsession with being in love and having some type of object of affection or something, that was my stronghold. And being someone that loves that feeling of being in love, and then, being a Taurus, we like kissing, and we like, right, with the right person. But when it's the wrong person, then you're caught up in this karmic cycle. You're stuck in a loop with that, right? And it's very easy to get caught up in your lusts and your passions and your desire for something. I had to break myself out of that. And one of the ways that God said, do not. You need to be single for a time. I might have had some feelings for some people. I might have had some little casual connections. But once I said to myself, I'm not having sex anymore, and God, this is what we doing, and if it's the right time, you'll let me know if it's the right person, or if it be that I gotta wait till I get married. Okay, whatever. Whatever the right time is, I will know. And I'm not doing that anymore. It helped just make my mind much clearer. And I used to be like, damn, well, shit, like anybody, you're human. You're going to want some shit, right? But that's my path. That's what God told me to do. I made that decision that's what we doing. We're going to keep it on clink clink. I don't care how good he look. I don't care how much you like him. And I'm grateful that certain things got cut off when they did, so that I wouldn't be even put in the position to be tempted into that. So I'm not forfeiting anything on the level of that. I don't care how much I like a person. And there's other boundaries and other agreements that I have with the divine. You ain't got to tell me 3 times or 2 times. When you show me something about a person, oh, I'm out. Might take me some time to get it, but I'm not going to play with it again. Once you show me your face, I'm not doing this again. Yeah, because God knows me, knows my heart, and knows me better than anybody else. So whatever restrictions I'm being given, I got to honor that. And whatever that is for you, honor that. A red flag says somebody coming in talking that talk about something that you know you shouldn't be doing. Oh, dip immediately. Cut them off immediately. Nope, it's got to go. Yep. Oh, I know about that mermaid energy because I used to be in that energy of like flirting and like thinking I was the shit when I was younger. And God slowed my ass down with a child. Like, sit your ass down. Stop. You're doing too much. Dangerous stuff. Then, not only that, I had a friend that was just like out here in these streets just doing whatever. And I was involved in that, getting caught up in stuff that I knew I had no business. And then when I became this so called square, she wasn't having it and she would shame me every chance she got about it. But looking at it now, like, okay, I'd rather be a square, I guess. I mean, if it's going to save my ass the trouble later, I would rather be a square, I guess. I've worked too hard on my path and to forfeit for something temporary or be like, damn, why'd I do that? Shoot. Somebody said, oh, you're not supposed to be eating meat? Okay, well, or you know you're not supposed to be eating meat, and somebody's like, oh, this burger, oh, this steak, just try this steak, right? You take that one bite, you probably feel like after you took that bite of that steak because it's like I've been doing this for a minute, and then next thing you know, you craving Wendy's and Texas Roadhouse and shit. Like, it's not worth it. God told you that for a reason. There is a reason that you've made that decision. You were divinely guided to walk the path that is righteous for you. It ain't righteous for Samantha, Tiffany, I don't know who else, Tommy, whoever the hell else. It might not be for them, but that's your path. So what? Not, ooh, pounds of ground beef. I told you the other day that ground beef smells like butt to me. Like when I smell it cooked sometimes, like if I don't eat it for a time and I smell it being cooked, it smells like butt, like booty, like literally like open season ass. Hey, Julian. Okay, I think we've like talked enough, or I talked enough, but whatever needed to come out, it needed to come out for a reason. Yep. Yeah, that's where that smell comes from. Yeah, don't be stressed. Like, sometimes what seems to not be like working out, it's actually working out for you in your favor, if that makes any sense. But shoot, I might not be, I like to eat. So one person's, food choices and decisions may not resonate with me, but I'm not going to be like, oh, I know you vegan, but hey, they got this steak over here. You want to have some steak? Like, it doesn't, I know you don't eat steak. Like, it's stupid. The hell. It's disrespectful. You don't care. You don't care about nobody. You don't. Doesn't make sense. But that message would not leave me. I had to share that and share the testimonies along the way, because it's like you can see it one way, and then when you really get the clarity and the download, you really see how detrimental it really is at the end of it. Like, Yeah, we have to, and that's one thing too. Like I had to be careful, and this is another thing that God got on me about too. Is like getting on people about, I might not understand a person's journey or whatever, or a choice or decision that they're making. We can't shame each other for that because we don't really know. That's the thing. We don't really know what a person's spiritual contract is. And I have to be careful of that because when you do that, when you get, and another thing too, don't fall for being baited into gossiping. When you get baited into gossiping about people and stuff, you block your own blessings. Just to say, just to let you know. And that's another thing too that God be getting on me. Like, be careful of that. Like, make sure like you ain't doing it or you're not involving yourself in that, because it's very easy to do that. And even like with celebrities and stuff, like we really don't know what these people be going through. Like it's a difference between seeing something in the spirit versus just like passing judgments. We really don't know. So I had to stop that too. Like I had to stop that. Salmon. It's interesting. I seen a video the other day. Kind of made me feel some type of way about fish a little bit. It's kind of nasty. But the whole food thing and the quote unquote the shortages that they're probably creating, you know how they do. Anyway, it's actually working for the highest good because it's getting us off of eating traumatized animal meat. And as good as it be looking sometimes and tasting sometimes, I feel like it's a shift that needs to happen. It's a shift. But yeah, I do feel some type of way when my spiritual path is being played with and my spiritual property is being played with and my spiritual investment is being taken advantage of when I'm being guided, or even more furthermore being guided to help somebody, and or they're coming to me for help and then they shit on what I've given them, what divine is giving me to give them. Correction. So that does bother me, and I do feel some type of way about that because that's just complete disrespect and is uttered disrespectful to spirit and essentially to yourself at the end of the day. If you ask for something, you ask for guidance, you ask for an answer for something, and it was given to you, and then you play around with it, and then you try to shit on the person that gave it to you when it doesn't suit you, and you feel some type of way about the person that gave it to you. That's stupid. I don't come on here for my pleasure. Like, yeah, I love doing this. I love reading, and I try to enjoy it and make the most of it, but I do take it seriously. So if I'm coming on here to share a message and I have somebody that is shitting and playing games with my spiritual property, I don't like that at all. It's like energy vampirism to me. So, yeah. No. So no more wasting energy and all of that. So I hope whoever was meant to receive the message, you receive it. You got it. Um, and that is that. That is reading. That is the message. Whoever needed to hear it, you got it. Do what you will with it, but just hopefully do what what's going to be in the highest good of yourself at the end of the day. Not your ego, not your flesh, what you want to do, what you think is cool and all of that, but what's essentially of the highest good of your spirit. Nobody else is responsible for you at the end of the day but you. Okay. So it was my pleasure. Thank you, Divine, for the revelation and for the spiritual whiplash real quick. Yeah. Y'all think I be like doing all this sometimes. I do not. Like, it's not fun. Like, it's really not. Because it's not easy for me to be like straight up with people and be like, listen, like, you fucking up. You know you fucking up, right? I just give it, in the way that I'm divinely guided. And sometimes I just be like, okay, I don't know what to tell you. I did my job, but don't come back and use me again and then go back and don't do that. My energy and my time is precious. I don't have time to play with it. All right. So, much love as always. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. This is a 50-minute long message. Child, I appreciate y'all. Hey, always. Y'all be blessed, be safe. Litra, whoever else is on here that received the message, and take it with goodwill, divine discernment, wisdom as always. Be blessed. Stay strong out here in these streets. Keep focused. Keep your eyes on the divine, not the prize, not the distractions, but on the divine, on purpose, on the prophecy, on the vision and the plan for your life, the divine plan for your life. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.